This is powerful, bro. This is so powerful. What's poppin', y'all? Happy New Year 2020. I hope y'all are doing amazing. Today, we're doing the law of receiving. And then we're just gonna talk about what is the law of receiving, how can we receive more, and what to do, what do we have to do so that we can receive more. If you want to learn that, stay with me, brother. Let's go. So, the law of receiving. This one it's actually called the law of giving and receiving. It's kind of like because they both go together, right? Giving is the fundamental law of life, right? And life is based on circulation. So the law of giving and receiving says that in order to receive whatever you want, you got to give something because they're both together, right? Life is about circulation. We got to keep the energy circulating, right? And that's how it works. In order to have more, you got to give more because the law of receiving is connected to the law of giving. They both work together, right? So in order for us to have more, we gotta give more. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, comment below makes sense, or comment below I get it. If you don't get it, comment below also I don't get it. But in very simple terms, this one is very very simple. The application is actually harder. But very simply, the law of giving and receiving, it's based on circulation. Whatever you want to have, you got to give something. You got to give in order to receive. If you want to receive more, you got to give more. It's very simple. How do we do that? How do we get to the point where we really don't mind giving so that we can receive? In my opinion, understanding is everything. So first off, we really have to understand the laws, understand how this thing works, and the only way to understand something is to study it, right? So in the book it's saying, he who seeks a greater life with getting as his objective does not seek life in trueness of spirit. In a state of limited understanding, we reason that we must get before we can give. And then we turn and walk in the same mental rut as before by reasoning that we must give before we can get. But in our lack of understanding, like I was saying, but in our lack of understanding, we continue to leave the getting idea foremost in our thought, and we shut out the spirit of giving. Giving, which is the first fundamental law of life, is the first law of all creation. Let me say that again. Giving, which is the first fundamental law of life, is the first law of all creation. The attitude of getting is the law of life in a congested state or in repressed action. As long as getting dominates a mind, that mind is in a paralyzed condition, being limited in its action in accordance with the fundamental law of creation. Let me say that again. As long as getting dominates a mind, that mind is in a paralyzed condition, being limited in its action in accordance with the fundamental law of creation. This is powerful, bro. This is so powerful. Like, it says, he who seeks a greater life with getting as his objective does not seek life in trueness of spirit, right? Like whatever goal you have, if you have that attitude of getting, oh, I gotta get, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. When you have that attitude, you're not living in the trueness of the spirit. You're not living in the trueness of life, because life is not about getting, it's about giving, right? Our moms gave us birth, they gave us life. So life is about giving. The attitude of getting will not get you what you want, because in order to get, you have to in order to receive, sorry, you got to give first, right? In his book You Were Born Rich, Bob Proctor talks about the vacuum law of prosperity, and it's the exact same thing. The basic idea is that in order to receive whatever you want, or in order to receive something, you got to create the space for it, right? For example, the chair that I'm sitting on, like I'm sitting on a chair, right? So if I want to put something where the chair is, I got to remove the chair, right? So it's the same thing. Whatever thing you want to create into your life, whatever thing you want to have, you got to create the space for it. So you got to give something so that you can remove that space in your life, so that you can receive something else. It's kind of like attraction, right? In order to attract something, you got to do some actions, because that's what attraction is. It's action reaction. So the action that you do, you get the reaction corresponding to that action. So if your actions are positive, if your actions are true, you will get the same thing, as long as you have the attitude of giving, right? And a lot of people, I mean most people, even me included, like when I started learning this, it's like, oh, I don't have anything to give, right? So what am I gonna give if I don't have anything? I don't have money, I don't have whatever. So what can I give, or what should I give, right? It's about just giving yourself. It's about giving what you have. It's about, if you got $1, give $1. If you got time, give your time to help your friends. Give your time to help your family. Give your time to help your brothers, right? Give time to the people that you want to serve, right? If you're good at something, give your gift, share your gift. Comedians, they're sharing their gift with us, they're making us laugh, right? Musician, they're sharing their gift with us, they're giving us entertainment, they're giving us all these emotions, they're giving us happiness, right? That's why they're receiving a lot, because they're giving everything to everyone, right? If you look at all the top artists, all the top executives, all the top people that we all want to be like, they've been giving the whole damn life to the craft. They've been giving their whole life to the service. They've been giving their whole life to the people. They've been giving their whole life to their customers, right? And over time, they kept receiving money, they kept receiving success, they kept receiving everything that they wanted, because they gave everything up front, right? Brian Tracy says the price of success has to be paid in full, and it has to be paid in advance, right? So giving, it's not about giving money, right? It's about giving your time, it's about giving energy, it's about giving effort, it's about giving positivity, it's about giving good vibes, it's about giving the good stuff, so that you can receive the good stuff, right? So don't be like, I don't have money, I cannot give. No, whatever you have, give that, right? Give help, give peace, give love, give your gift, right? If you're good at something, share with us, man. share with everyone so that everybody can benefit, because that's how you give. That's what you give, because that's all you get, right? Like me, I'm just studying this shit, so that's all I can give, right? And it makes me feel good because when I started learning this stuff, I realized that, oh, there is a whole other dimension of life that I had no idea about, right? And when I started learning that, I was like, oh shit, everybody has to know about this, right? It took me a minute to get out of all of my insecurities and all that shit so that I can get myself out and start sharing this. But that's all I can give, because that's literally all I got, right? But there is a little thing here, right? Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna go give so that I can receive. That's not how it works. That's trading, right? The thing is, giving works with intention. It's the intention behind the giving that has to be true, right? If you're trying to give just because, oh, they say the law of giving and the law of receiving, I'm gonna go give so that I can receive, that's still an attitude of getting, because your intention is not to serve, because giving, it's about serving, right? Our moms, they're giving us literally everything forever without wanting to receive something, right? They just want to give because they want to serve their babies, because they want to love their babies, because they want to see their babies evolve and grow. If you look at Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or all these great, they were not like, oh, I'm gonna go create Microsoft or I'm gonna go create Apple so that I can get some money. So that, no, the intention, the attitude that they had was, oh, I'm gonna give this product to the world so that the life can be easier. Or I'm gonna create this computer so that people can work faster. Or I'm gonna create this iPhone so that people can use phones and smartphones easier. Or I'm gonna create this so that people can have that. So the attitude, the intention has to be giving for service, giving to help, giving for love. It's not giving to get, because that's trading, right? That's why it's really, really important to understand, because if your intention it's not right, if your intention it's not true, that's trading, right? Giving has to be about service. Giving has to be about help. Giving has to be about making the people or whoever you give to, putting them in a better position, like giving value. That's value that you're giving, right? Your value can be money, your value can be a product, your value can be a service, but the very first value, like I was saying earlier, it's what you have, it's what you are. That's the value that you give to the world, right? And the world will give it to you back, right? It's gonna depend on whatever you want. If you got a pretty big goal like the Bill Gates and the Steve Jobs and all the other great, it's gonna take a long time, bro. If you really want to get to that level, it might take your whole fucking life, right? But you still gotta keep giving, and your intention I still have to be about service, right? Giving, it's about service, serving others, serving yourself, serving your family, serving your friends, serving people, serving your customers. Even if you are in business right now and you don't give to your customers, you don't give value, you don't give extra value, they'll go where they have the most value, because you're not giving, or you're not giving enough, right? Especially in business, if you close deals, if you sell real estate, you sell mortgages, whatever deal you're doing, whatever business, because any business you're selling, right? During the transaction, if you're not giving attention to the customers, if you're not giving your full presence, if you're not giving him positivity, if you're not giving confidence in your product, if you're not giving him all the information, all your focus, all your attention, so that he can actually understand the deal, so that he can understand your product or understand your service. He's not gonna close the deal because you're not giving. The customer, he doesn't give a fuck about you. He's giving a fuck about what's in it for him. What can you do for him? How can you give him value? Because there is a bunch of other companies probably doing exactly what you want. I mean, exactly what you're doing. So if you don't give enough value, right, it's gonna go where you can get enough value. Even if your product is good, if your attitude is about getting, if your attitude is about you, if your attitude is not about the customer or not about the person that you're doing business with, you're not going to be successful in business on the long run because you have the wrong attitude about life. Does that make sense? To recap real quick, the law of receiving, it's about giving, right? We have to stop being in an attitude of getting, and be of an attitude of serving, an attitude of giving, an attitude of giving service, giving value, giving who we are to the people that we love, to the people that we want to serve, to the people that we want to be, to our future customers, our current customers, our friends, family, people that we don't even fucking know. We gotta be in an attitude of giving value to everybody. What is value? Value is money. Value is love. Value is yourself. Value is your knowledge. Value is what you know. Value is just a fucking smile, right? You see somebody on the street, one of your friends that is not really feeling good, just go to the dude, give him a fucking smile, man. Make the person laugh, right? Just help out. You just take a couple of seconds sometimes. You don't have to do it, but by doing that, it actually makes you feel good because you're giving what you are. So it has to go through you, right? If you're giving a smile to somebody, and remember earlier I talked about intention, right? If you're giving a smile with the right intention, you feel that, and the person also feels it because it's true, because it's real, right? Because it's not an attitude of getting, it's an attitude of, oh, let me go serve this guy, let me go help this girl, right? Let me go help my friends, let me go help my mom, let me go help them feel better, or help them solve the problem, or help my customer solve his problem, right? So it's an attitude of giving value with true intention, not trading, with true loving and positive intention, right? That's the attitude that we have to be in. Attitude of giving value, attitude of giving service. That's how you receive, right? That's how you create the space to receive more of the things that you want. That's how you create the space to receive more of the things that you want, right? So let's be in an attitude of giving. Let's give value to the world.